Let the record reflect that I've taken roll, that all members of the board are present with the exception of Steve Eaton and Attorney Russell Skogstead. But having a quorum, we will proceed. Um, Council has voted to allocate the money for the projects that we have asked for. And so the first item that we have under new business is the meter purchase approval. Craig, would you give us the highlights, please?
The readers changing. We decided the individuals yesterday. After the meeting today, I'm gonna call them and schedule a meeting for next week. But Thursday and Friday next week, we're gonna sit down and discuss what meter heads we're gonna need, 3 3/4, 6 inch, and but this time we're gonna replacement units for the top. They promised that we would have by March, April. That time start earlier than that. Probably start first because it's gonna come rolling in as packets. The price is 967,000. Is that right? Yeah, 967. This will do away with our data collectors, which we currently have 2 down, upper end of town, and 200 meter average.
So the amount of money that's coming out of the ARP is $967,000. But I've asked that Lori put the reconciliation of funds in with every packet that we get. And so, John, if you'll slide over here, you can see this as well. All right. So if you look here under the enterprise, the water and sewer funds are all listed right here. And so there's approximately $2 million sitting in those accounts right there. And so if the $967,000 does not cover that, then we have sufficient funds that we can go ahead and make up any additions or things that weren't part of that. But the amount of money that will be transferred out of the ARP funds is $967,000 to the utility board for this meter project. So I would entertain a motion for the approval of the meter purchase program to upgrade our meters.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the estimate for the meter upgrades. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, then I'll ask that all in favor of the motion please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimous. Please get us in this program as quickly as you can.
Call them as soon as the meeting's over.
Second item on our agenda this morning is task order number 2024-09. That would be the rehabilitation of wells 9 and 10 at City Council. It was voted to transfer the remainder of the ARP funds to this project. The estimate, if you recall, from Mike Davis, was $380,000 for that project, and so we asked for $190,000 because that was approximately what was the remainder in that. Luckily for us, because some of those funds have not been paid down yet, that account is an interest-bearing account, and so council voted to allow the $190,000 plus all the interest. And so as that money accumulates, it's well over $200,000 now. And so we'll get a huge portion of the rehab of the wells paid for out of the ARP funds. And that is the last project of the ARP funds. So whatever it is with the interest, and when we finally get paid, and when all the other projects are paid for, because there's $160,000 in it for the 28th Street stormwater project. It hasn't been started yet, but all the remaining funds will be transferred to the utility board to go against the cost of the rehab of wells 9 and 10. So that is a great thing for the utility board. So um, I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the rehabilitation of wells 9 and 10, which is contained in task order number 2024-09.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve task order number 2024-09. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the task order, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. All right. So how soon can Moody's be in here?
We're looking at, once they finalize the engineering drawings, that the issue with this particular project is the electrical components. So the wells, I could have Moody's in here next week pulling the wells and replace them, but it's the electrical components that this has been so far outdated. We're changing them to variable speed drive pumps. So once you get the design work done, I'm hoping to get it out to bid end of May. So construction should start in June if everything's available. So it should be, because most of this electrical stuff should be off the shelf kind of thing. So, but it's a replacement of everything in the well field, well houses, all electrical, just 3-phase. So great project. Both of these are great projects, and these are long overdue, especially on this well field. So we could do it in June, July project, and it shouldn't hurt our well production since we installed that new connection line along River Road. Alleviate any kind of pressures I might have down that area. So lack of water. So
When we get closer to when we're going to actually do the project, and Mike has his engineering drawings and what have you, I'd like you to come to council.
Sure.
There was some discussion last night. Everybody thinks when you're doing rehab on wells, that there's an issue with the water system. It has nothing to do with that. It's a maintenance issue.
Yeah.
Okay. And tomorrow, when the newspaper comes out, my guess is there'll be some comments in there about that. And Kristen, the lady from from Parkersburg News, had no clue. None. And so I think we should tell people, look, this is routine maintenance. We pull the pipe, pull the screens, put them back in, and then you're good to go again for. Is there a requirement of how often you have to clean
There's
those?
not. It's usually rehab wells every 7 years.
Okay.
Because the screens get plugged up. And I got an example of one of the screens. I can bring it with me and
That would be great.
show them what I'm talking
A
about.
little show and tell wouldn't hurt, because when people think and especially now, the way things are with the water systems, people think that there's an issue, and it's not. It's just,
It's maintenance.
right. It's like drinking a strawberry milkshake and you get a strawberry stuck in the straw. You got to clean her out.
Yeah, or replacing it also in the sink. You should replace it every so
Yeah.
often. It plugs up.
So, all right. Anyone have any questions or comments today? Great. Meeting adjourned. See ya.
Wait a minute.
What?
Joe, reference comments. We have a meeting scheduled for next week. It's a busy week for myself. We've had a meeting this month. I'd like to postpone that meeting to like February if we could. Okay. To skip this month since we're having it today and do the one for February. That would be all right with you all.
I don't know of anything that's on the horizon.
Yeah, and that's we do. Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean,
Okay with you all? Just have us do the regular schedule on February. Well, since we're doing it today, I thought we'd just postpone it for this meeting covered the month of January. So
yes. Yes.
another thing too, we have a winter time. Next week's gonna be hard on this department. I think we will have some freezing lines next week with temperature not getting above freezing for 10 days. not going to be good. A lot of, not our main lines, but usually it's service lines that are freeze up. So if you know anybody's got that issue in the past, make sure they're drip for faucets. If they call in, I'll give them adjustment on their water bill. We do have one employee that I spoke to yesterday. He is going to retire. He works in the sewer department, so that puts me at 4 people shy in my department. Okay, so just let you all know.
That's not my fault. We would hire them today if we could find them. It's your personality that just seems to scare people, Mr. Mayor.
You mean like making them work kind of thing?
Well, yeah, I
It does
mean,
it does scare people anymore. I will admit that. So I don't know why it is, but that and the rate structure. But so, like I said, that's 4 people down in utility side. So
When did you say he's retiring?
he'll be retiring February 2nd. So he's 65, turned 65, and he's going to take. It's time for him to go. So. That's it. It's over now. So.
anybody else have anything? I certainly wouldn't want to short you.
The only thing I want to just thank the council for giving us.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I think
Yeah.
the lion's share, I think about everything came from here. Can't think of anything that didn't. It'll go a long way.
How much money have we spent out of that fund? I mean, how much did we originally get?
Almost 2.6 million.
That's a huge amount. We've
Plus
done some
whatever
good.
interest, of course.
Yeah.
And Amy's done a good job with that.
We've done a lot of good projects with that money too. Yeah.
That's why you won't be getting a rate increase.
The what increase?
That's why you won't be getting a rate increase.
A rate increase?
Yes, sir.
That's up to you all.
Yeah.
I can just advise you what I think needs to be done.
You got 2.6.
You all vote on
You
it,
got
so.
$2.6 million. There's $2 million left in the account.
Yeah, but I need like 10.
Yeah, you don't need it this time. Okay.
That's your
It'll
all's
be a
vote,
good thing to
so.
talk about in a year.
Okay. How you gonna do what I do?
There you go.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Craig says it's over. It's over.